Hi everyone, and welcome today to the Bayut, the State of Real Estate, episode number 4 webinar. My name is Spencer Lodge, and we're going to be talking with some fantastic guests on the show this afternoon, people that are doing the job that you do every day, facing the challenges that you face every day, and bringing out some answers, some advice, some inspiration maybe as well, and so that they can add some value to you along the way. Now, we've seen some differences happen recently. Last, we've had the lockdown that's been lifted, which means people are out there and now able to do some viewings, which is great signs for all of the real estate industry and the opportunities that might exist out there. But rather than to go on, let's get our guests in, let's get into the Q&A, okay, and let's have some fun. Now, halfway through, around about 30 minutes time, okay, we've got a fantastic quiz as well. Okay, we're going to ask you to get engaged in that quiz and come and join us and see how you can answer the questions relating to real estate right now. Okay, first guest of the day, we have AJ Anthony Abujude, and he is at Provident Real Estate. He's a fantastic guy. Come on in, Anthony. Nice to see you. We also have Connor McKay, who's at House & House, one of the top guys over there. We have Alan Kudahi from East Bass, and we have Evelyn Pally from Better Homes. We've got a whole bunch in there today, different people doing different things, and some people with some great stories to share for sure. Welcome, guys. How you doing? We've got Alan, we've got Evelyn, we've got Anthony. Let's just get Connor in as well, and then we'll get started. Hi, guys. How are you today?
Hi there. How are you? All good here.
Okay, good. Connor, how are you?
Excellent. Never been better.
Good stuff. Alan, how are you today, sir?
I'm great, thank you.
And AJ, how you doing, mate?
I'm great, Spencer. How are you?
Yeah, very well indeed. Okay, we've got some questions to ask you this afternoon. We want to make sure that we get to the point, okay, and try and help these agents out. There's lots of people in the real estate industry that may be looking for you for advice and ideas and knowledge and information. So I'm going to throw some questions at you. Okay, please feel free to answer them. And just talk straight. You know, it's really important that we talk straight at a time like this, okay, and understand really where we are and what we need to do moving forward. So I'm going to go around. Why don't I start with you, Connor? It was your birthday recently, so we'll get you the first question. So at the moment, we've seen the loan-to-value ratio has just changed from 75 to 80%. How have you been able to capitalize on that in the market yourself and the people that you work with?
Well, obviously it's a plus. So people who are usually saving a lot more money will have extra cash to play along with. So for example, it's good for first-time buyers more so because it's for first-time buyers. So obviously you would need around about 31% for a down payment. With this 25% and the 5% changing, I mean, if you take a 10 million dirham property of what I work in, that's an extra 500,000 dirhams, which a potential buyer may or may not have at that stage. So it can open the budget for some people to increase that just a little bit more.
So when you look at it, and can I talk to you about this as well, Anthony? When you look at it, this, to me, it seems like the government has moved in the right direction by increasing it from 75 to 80%, making it easier for people to get onto that housing ladder at the beginning or be a first-time buyer in this part of the world. Do you think that's going to mean a lot more people move from renting into buying now? Because
absolutely, that's the opportunity for everyone. First of all, we have seen what's happening to the prices. And nowadays, whatever you're paying renting for 6 or 7 years, you can obtain any property with it. And also, we have seen this kind of investment, especially when they're doing joint ventures. It's nothing to put 10% from your pocket, you and a friend or you and a family member, and obtaining a property. You can get this property, you can lease it, and from leasing it, you can leverage their money by investing it somewhere else. So I mean, this is an opportunity for tenants to become landlords. There's opportunities for investors to leverage their money by not putting all of the price, by just putting 20% in case of a single person or a joint buyer, they only need 10%. So definitely it's a game changer for all of the market.
Okay, thanks for that. Alan, let's talk about how the world's changed in the last few weeks. You know, I've gone from doing business, going into companies like you and speaking to your teams in your businesses face to face, and now I'm doing all of that stuff virtually online. Tell me about the virtual tools and how virtual tools can really help agents at the moment when it comes to doing viewings where people can't necessarily go out as much as they can. Has it been an advantage?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there is, even though the restrictions have been lifted, there is still a little bit of fear that people don't want to necessarily rush out and do viewings, but they might be still interested in seeing some properties or understanding some properties that they like. So we can send them like Bayut have the 3D floor plans, and we can do virtual tours, so they can view the property essentially from comfort of their home, and it makes them feel safer. And yeah, it's definitely a huge positive.
Okay, good stuff. Evelyn, let me ask you a question for a second here. Last 4 weeks, have you learned any new skills in the last few weeks that will help you do business better and more efficiently than you've been doing it before?
Well, I wouldn't say that. I would just say that the fact that the Dubai Land Department has opened the remote transfer, therefore it has adapted to the new situation, has facilitated us brokers to be able to carry out working and to sell our properties without any difficulties. In the past 4 weeks, we've been carried out remote transfers without any problems whatsoever. So we have learned that we could actually sell properties without necessarily having to have buyers or sellers present at the trustee's office or at the Dubai Land Department. So there has been a progress, I would say. And these measures will probably stay for future investors as well, regardless the borders being opened or not. So it's a very good thing.
Okay, good stuff. That's interesting. Let's talk about the fear in the market, Connor. Okay, there's lots of people that would have fear in the market or fear in any market right now and worry about making decisions, which real estate for a lot of people is a big decision. You know, it's not a small decision. It's a substantial amount of money for a lot of people. What do you do, Connor, to reassure your prospects and potential customers at a time like this?
Well, look, there's really never been a better time to buy. I think prices, I wasn't here in 2009, but prices are similar to what 2009 was. And if you look at the graph, what happened from 2009 to 2015, it was going up. So, you know, the smart people will always buy when the prices are low, and the people who can sit in the properties, they will benefit from that from a year and year income with appreciation. I always tell my clients, you know, a lot of people still have some different types of problems. For example, there's still divorces happening, so some people will need to downsize. There's still people having births, so families will need to upsize. So it's always been, there's never been a better time to really buy real estate, especially when the prices have been this low in Dubai. So really answering the question is a fear. I think it comes down to your personal development. As I said, the smart people will take advantage of it and definitely see it as an opportunity to increase their assets.
There's a lot of money out there, Anthony, right now. There's a lot of people that have made money over the last 10 years in various different markets. So there's a lot of money flowing around. It didn't all disappear. Looking at the real estate market in Dubai, and Connor's just saying that prices are really low. There's never been a better time to buy. What do you think about that?
That's true, 100%. I mean, I think we have hit, like let's say, the reach bottom. There's nowhere to be below that, because nowadays there's offers in the market that are below the developer cost. So, and when it comes to these properties, yes, I would like just to add something that maybe you missed to say. Like, I don't work the same as all of these guests are working. I am into off-plan investment. I don't sell ready properties. So nowadays I am seeing a massive boom in my business because most of the people are having lots of issues. And I mean, we're solving their problem by moving their money to Dubai if it's being stuck in a different country, or we are getting equity released for the existing investors so they can reinvest in this crazy offers we're seeing nowadays. Some offers are reaching 35 to 40% below market. That doesn't mean like this is affecting all of the market. That's coming in individual cases where people unfortunately have lost their job. They cannot keep paying their installments, so they better get a small hit rather than losing all of the money. Or some business owners that got really affected in this, they want fast cash, so they are selling quick. So I mean, like, I'm sorry to say it, unfortunately, like due to everything is happening, but when it comes to off-plan business, it has been booming in April. I've never been busier than this month.
Okay, that's really interesting to see. Alan, what do you sell?
I work in Dubai Marina. I do mostly secondary market, but obviously when we need to, we do some off-plan as well when the client wants that.
Okay. Is there, when you think about the secondary market, there's and Dubai Marina as well. It's a very popular location, isn't it, down there? It's over the years that a lot of people have wanted to buy in Dubai Marina. There's the great rental incomes to be had down there, I'm sure, as well, because it's a popular place, and I would say occupancy is relatively high. Would that be right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, pre COVID-19, it was huge for short-term rentals and Airbnb, because it's a hub. You know, you have the malls, you have the beach, you have everything down there, and it's definitely one of the highest transacting areas in Dubai as well. So you get a lot of people that want to rent there, a lot of people that want to own there, and it's just constantly active. It's very active.
Okay, so we've got off plan with Tony, and he thinks that market's really busy. Connor says there's lots of opportunity right now down in Dubai Marina. It is okay. Get an understanding of what's going on here. When we look at being salespeople in this particular marketplace, do you think that real estate agents, as this coronavirus situation and potential recession happens, do you think there's new skills that the agents are going to need to learn, Evelyn? Do you think there's going to be stuff that they're going to need to learn they don't already know? Do you think they have to change their approach to business?
I think our approach doesn't necessarily need to change. I think what is very important is to make the clients feel comfortable. And what we have experienced with this lockdown, and not only myself, but all the agents from Better Homes, is that clients out there felt extremely comfortable with the way the government has dealt with the problem. Therefore, they feel at ease to buy a new property, for example, because this is the country where they want to raise the kids because they feel extremely safe. And compared to many other countries in the world, we have been extremely efficient. Therefore, we didn't really have to change anything in our approach. It was the client's approach that changed towards the property market in Dubai.
Okay, understood. Thank you. For those of you that are watching and listening in right now, if you've got questions and you would like to put them in there, get them in there. We'll get all of these guys to answer those questions for you. There's a few coming in right now, so if you've got questions, let us know what they are. Feel free to ask them, and then we'll get them answered for you. Okay, we've seen the difference, Connor, in the loan to value ratio, but have you seen an increased interest? You know, before we started the webinar, you were saying that you were getting a lot more leads from Bayut at the moment, and the numbers had increased from a lead gen perspective. Are you getting a lot more interest on the properties that you've got listed?
Absolutely. I've never had as many inquiries in one single month that I can remember, to be honest. And I think it's down to that, is obviously this lockdown, people have a lot more time at home. They're spending a lot more time on their devices. We've got Bayut on an app. We can go straight onto the app. We can click a WhatsApp and inquire straight onto it and make a WhatsApp. I think what people will realize as well, we're spending a lot of time in their current home. Say, for example, apartments. You know, a lot of people I see will be coming from penthouses to villas, like villas on the Palm, because that's a private beach. I mean, that's not going to be restricted on these. So people can still technically sit out in front of their beach. You can sit by their private pool. So as I said, I've taken 2 inquiries this morning through Bayut and 1 through another property portal, but that was just this morning before we went live here today. So I mean, I can't judge for anyone else, but in my market and what I'm dealing in, I've had a serious lot of inquiries.
They say, Anthony, that if you think you can or you think you can't, you're probably right. And I think that if agents are out there spending their time worried about what won't happen and all the things that are going to go against them, I think it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. And so I think that it's not just about having a positive mindset and reading a book like The Secret or anything. You know, you've got to take lots of action.
That will be a good start.
yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
It will be a good start. When you look at the off-plan market that you're involved with, one of the concerns genuinely must be, because we saw this in 2008 and 2009, some delays in projects getting finished on time, and I think that's a fair and reasonable concern. How do you think that the developers are going to deal with that differently to how they did before?
I mean, like most of the developers, they are making their payment plan following construction. So you don't have to pay your 100% if the property is not ready. It's linked to construction. So if they're delaying 3 or 6 months, here you go. You have a window like a reliever not to pay the 6 months until whoever you are, your situation will become way better than what's happening today. Because nowadays, let's be real, everyone got affected, whether 5% to 100% by losing all of your income of all of your job. So in this case, developers are not even charging late penalty fees even on the existing payments right now. They're giving like deferred payments, and they're waiving the late penalty fees up to 90 days by telling the guy, okay, we understand your case, you lost your job, you signed us a proof, we're gonna give to 90 days window to get your remaining installment, and we're not gonna charge you anything. On top of that, I mean, you need to find a solution by borrowing from a friend, by reselling these properties, or multiple options. And that's where it comes also the opportunity and the secondary resale off plan. So when you do a resale off plan, nowadays people has invested 30% of the property, and suddenly he cannot continue. So he will call you, say, what's the solution? We will advising him by telling him, okay, try to bring another 10% and we can finance you from UAE the remaining 60. That's a new law for the international buyers. Once you put down 40% from your pocket, the banks will finance the remaining 60% from you. So in case you cannot do that, then we have to sell. But following what's happening today, you will not get your OP. You will not get what you invested. You need to lose 10 to 15%. End of the day, it's better something in your hand rather than losing all of the amount you invested.
Interesting. That one thing that you said at the beginning, I think that's different to every other situation, is that back in 2008 and 2009, the developers didn't finish because they were getting the money in advance. But now they're not going to get paid until these projects are finished. So essentially, their hands are tied. It's in their own interest to finish the projects, isn't it? So that they...
I want to add something. If you want to compare 2008 and nowadays, 2008 there was no law or anything that will secure you as an investor. Nowadays we have an escrow account. So means all of the money it's going to this account, which is being held by the government. So until they finish a certain percentage of the building, of the construction, and give you exactly what they have promised you on your sales purchase agreement, they will not get their money. So it's for their own benefit to finish quickly, get that money, and reinvest it in a different community or different plot or any different development.
Yeah, good. Thanks for that, mate. Okay, Alan, you spoke about the 3D floor plans earlier. And the 3D tours, the video guides, those true check listings, all that kind of stuff that Bayut does. How do you think that Bayut's helping you develop your relationship with your clients and business in general? What are they doing to help you?
Yeah, I mean, when a client contacts us, it's all about how much value we can add off the bat. And when you have a true check on the property and the client knows that that property is a real listing and it's actually there, and the 3D floor plans are there, everything is there for the client. There's so much value just from the get-go. So I feel that even with the 3D tours as well, you're just adding so much value that when a client contacts you, there really is no reason to go anywhere else. They have all the information they need, and it's ultimately beneficial for you as a broker.
Yeah. When you think about that, it's kind of like understanding the work that companies are doing to try and help each other survive through this period and progress through this period. The one fear that I have is companies that stop spending money on generating leads, because as we can see, last weekend we saw the lockdown change, and so people can now start to do viewings, and over the course of the next 4 or 5 weeks I'm sure that everything will open up again. But those companies that haven't lent into creating opportunities during this time are going to have their lead source dry up. And if they have the lead source dry up, then where does that leave the agent? The agent's going to want to work for a business where they can generate leads on a regular basis. Evelyn, you work for one of the bigger companies that are here in Dubai, so I'm sure that for you, that's not something that you have to worry about. But I'm sure for a lot of agents that's going to be a concern. How essential is it that the brokers are out there spending money generating leads at a time like this for you?
Obviously, as you said, Better Homes is probably the biggest company in the UAE, therefore we don't have this kind of problem. Personally, it's important if you don't have this kind of platform, or if you don't have this kind of support from the company, you are left with networking, and you are left with the people that that could help you bring other clients. Therefore, we're talking about referrals. but we all know that we cannot just survive with referrals. So yes, they are important, and if you do a good job, people will recommend you, but you do still need a big platform to rely on, and obviously Better Homes is providing that.
Connor, someone's asking us here, what's the most expensive property you sold? First of all, though, Connor, you look really young. How old actually are you?
23.
And how long have you been in the industry?
I've been in just under 4 years.
Under 4 years, so since you were 19.
Yeah.
Someone says, what's the most expensive property you've sold?
60 million dirhams.
60 million dirhams. Great job. Excellent stuff. That's a nice number. You must be very proud of that.
Well, there's more in the pipeline, so I'm sure we'll get higher than that probably this month or the coming weeks, hopefully.
Oh, fantastic. Well, I wish you very best of luck with that. Okay, so you've been asked the question, Anthony. What is their plan for the holiday home business that they run, and how much did this business get affected, and will the clients go to renting long term?
I mean, now what we have done immediately, I was in the UK, we were hosting roadshows for multiple developers in Dubai. So we came here by March 10th, and then we got to know by March 18, I think, or 19, that they will close the airport. So, I mean, most of the holiday homes business is based on tourism. And I mean, if you don't have an airport, so I mean, mostly you don't have business. So what I thought about, I'm like, okay, let's say if this pandemic will finish by May, end of May, being optimistic. Anyway, we're having summer, so we're not gonna have any business during the summer because it's too hot in Dubai. It's not the best touristic area when it comes to July and August. So I've called all of the landlords and I proposed something to them. I'm like, anyway, there's not gonna be any business before September. Why don't we lease this unit for you on a 6 month where we're gonna generate for you a steady income? And going forward from September and October, we were relisted on all of the portals like the Airbnb, Booking.com, and rest of them. And everyone was so happy doing it. And we have done it. We have leased all of the properties. Some we got contracts for 2 months, some we got for 4 months, and some we got for 6 months. So it's true, like the income is not as what it's gonna be in the daily renting, but at least they have a steady income where they can use the money to pay their installments or pay it for whatever the needs they have it. So that's what happened to it. Now the holiday homes business is only renting monthly. Nothing is gonna happen until the airport is fully resumed.
Okay, good. Thanks for that. So Katrina's asking a question, Alan. She says, what support have you received from your employer? What kind of support did you receive during this period?
I suppose we do have daily meetings online, and it's very important to be connected to other brokers in your company, to know what buyers and sellers are out there and to know what's going on. And a lot of structure has been added to our days at home, because that was one of the big worries. You know, will people start to slack off if they're working from home? I felt eSpace has been very good at keeping some structure in our lives and making sure everything is as normal as can be. Also, they've been giving us quite a lot of training. For example, we did a lot of Bayut training there last week on just to refresh our memory on true checks and how to use the portal correctly, even the reviews and everything. So they've been very proactive, and there hasn't been a day gone by that they're not helping us in any way.
Okay, good. I'm going to ask you this question, Connor, quickly. Okay, someone's saying, take us through the journey when you receive a lead, okay, whichever way that is, through WhatsApp or call. How do you maximize it from that one single lead? What are your steps you take? You receive a lead, step one, all the way through.
Well, first of all, it's from a text message. You always want to get them on the phone. You always want to get them on the phone. The second thing what you want to do is you want to meet them as soon as possible, whether it's just for a coffee, whether it's taken to the property they inquired on, because what I find, and the property I sold at 60 million dirhams, is it's not necessarily the property that they inquire on that they will buy. So if you can get yourself in front of them, showcase your positivity, your knowledge, and personally what I feel is qualification, qualifying them properly, that's the biggest winner for me in my eyes. So it's just picking up the phone, being able to talk to them in the first place, and getting in front of them. To then it's obviously showcasing the properties where, you know, they will shortlist which ones they will want to see, and then you will process. Some people will see it and just fall in love with it. Some people will be a little bit more they'll take their time, they'll take in different equations into it, and will want to see different areas, etc. So it's my job to have the knowledge of the areas of which I am in, and to be able to give them the proper information.
Okay, understood. And did you work hard on getting referrals from your existing prospects that you're working with? Is that something that you focus on, and you have a structure around that?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. So for every dealer transaction I do, I will try to get a letterhead with their company, if they work in a company, and get them to sign it with feedback. So once I've got that letter of feedback signed by that client and who they are, because I deal with high net worth individuals and some people who are well known in the public eye. If I have a piece of paper signed by them, refer me as a good broker, as someone to use in the public, that's got massive advantage for me.
Okay, got it. Okay, Evelyn, back to you quickly. People are saying, okay, are landlords now feeling the pressure to lower prices on the rentals and sales that they've got?
That's true. I believe that as a tenant, we also need to be realistic of what to expect, but landlords need to be able to accommodate. We are talking on a case-to-case scenario. There have been people that lost their jobs, or their salaries have been cut by 50%. Therefore, it's the sensibility of the landlord to understand what the situation is. And it's also a way to retain a tenant, because obviously if the tenant cannot afford to pay for a property anymore, that tenant will vacate the property, and then it will take longer and it will be more expensive for the landlord to have the property rented out. I have to say, we have come across a lot of these cases in the last 4 weeks, and landlords have shown a lot of sensibility, and they have tried their best to accommodate, because at the end of the day, we are all in the same boat.
Good point. Okay, right, let's talk about motivation. Okay, something I'm very keen on. Okay, one of the questions coming in here is that, how do you guys keep yourself motivated? How do you keep yourself energized through a period of like this? So Anthony, you answer that first. How do you keep yourself motivated? How do you keep yourself
my sensitivity towards this. I mean, like Spencer, just very easy. 205,000 people just passed away. God rest them souls, all of them. And you still have the opportunity to wake up every day, being healthy, living in Dubai, which is the most beautiful city in the world. It's the safest city in the world. I mean, you have all of the tools. You have the shelter over your roof. You have you have your phone, you have your Netflix, you have your laptop, you have your books, you have every kind of entertainment you want. And you're still whining about your life and seeing how miserable you are. So my answer to this, I'm sorry if I'm being a bit aggressive, but I really cannot listen to this anymore. Compare yourself for the less fortunate and see how fortunate you are. And stop comparing yourself for the more fortunate. What you can do is, like, if you love their life, take it as a goal, write it down. Say, I want to be living on an island every week, or I want to drive that Lamborghini, or whatever it is. So instead of you looking at the more fortunate and being miserable, take the life as a goal and compare yourself every day for the less fortunate and see how blessed you are. And believe me, that's the most, like, you don't need anything else to be motivated.
Great thing to say. Alan, how do you keep yourself motivated?
I have a bit of a different look. I'm looking at this this whole situation as an opportunity. I feel a lot of, let's say, my competitors maybe will take the foot off the gas, or will maybe slow down a bit. So you have to go 100%, and this could be an opportunity to get ahead of some of your very close competitors, or make more of a name for yourself on social media, whatever it is. I find it's a big opportunity for us to really showcase who we are and what we do, and just go at it 100%. So that's my motivation.
Good, excellent stuff. Evelyn, let me ask you, what would you suggest to new agents coming into the industry right now when it comes to being informed about their specific areas and markets? What do you think they should do?
Obviously, in Better Homes, we are getting new agents on a daily basis. I have been in Dubai personally for the past 13 years, and what I would recommend to new agents is to concentrate in just one area, because the tenant or the buyer wants to have a prepared person to talk to, wants to have somebody that can give them real information and that can give expertise and share the experience. Therefore, become an expert in one particular area is extremely important for new agents. And the key in all that is customer service. You know, you give a good service, that person will come back. You give a good service, that person will recommend you to God knows how many other people. As Connor was saying, referrals are extremely important.
Okay, good. Thank you very much, Evelyn. Connor, quick question for you. You kind of focus on the bigger properties, don't you? The high end of the market. Okay, where are the opportunities now for people that are buying high end properties? Where should they be looking?
Well, I mean, 3 years ago, some of these properties which I'm dealing with for 100 million dirhams, you can now get them for 60, 55 million dirhams. If that's not opportunity, what smart people see, I don't know what opportunity is.
But where are those places? Where would you find opportunity? Is it Emirates Hills? Is it the Palm? Is it, I don't know, Jumeirah Golf Estates? Where Al Barari? Where is the opportunity now to buy and get great investment decisions made?
I personally think Dubai Hills. So some of these shell and cores, which are under OP, is a great time to get in and pick up a few of them, because you know, development and being able to finish off a home in Dubai is a lot cheaper than in Europe. So if you can pick up a shell and core mansion in Dubai Hills, let's say for 20 million dirhams, which the original purchase price, by the way, was around 44 on the golf course, spend 10 million dirhams on fitting it out. You can easily resale it for the one I sold was for 60 million. So there's massive opportunity there. There's loads of opportunity in Emirates Hills. You know, there's loads of opportunity on the Palm. I think Alan's company Space sold a few. We've sold a few this month, Palm Villas, which were, you know, a few years ago, even garden homes were around 15, 16 million. You can pick up high number above 100 signature villas for that price now.
Okay, good stuff. Guys, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts and your information with us. It's really been valuable picking up some tips and tricks and ideas. Okay, we're going to jump into the quiz right now and see if we can get all your brains working and mustering. So what we want to do is get this quiz going, get you understanding exactly, okay, well, just to see how good you actually are. Okay, maybe I'll take the quiz with you and I'll go toe to toe. And even though I'm not a real estate guy, maybe I can answer some questions. So everybody that's out there that's listening, if you want to join in on the quiz, you can join in on the quiz as well. There's a website you can go to called Kahoot, KAHOOT.it, I think it is, Kahoot, and you can get involved in the quiz. You need another device. Okay, so if you're on a laptop, you need another device that you can log into Kahoot. Okay, that's where your second device will be. And so get that. So hopefully everyone's got one of those. You'll get the quiz code that comes through to you. So once you go there, we'll give you the quiz code and then we'll declare a winner at the end. Okay, from the attendees and from the other panelists right after the quiz ends. Okay, so we're ready. Guys, are we ready to do the quiz?
Yep.
You there?
Ready.
We're ready. Okay, so there's the PIN number. Everyone stick your PIN number in there. That's 575943. And you should be able to get into the quiz. Okay, we'll get everyone logged in, get everyone sorted out, and then we'll get the quiz going and see what people know about the real estate market here in the UAE. Okay, so we've got Connor, we've got Alan. Okay, we have Anthony. Evelyn, you coming in? There we go. More people coming in. Come on, log in. Come and log in, guys. Let's get competitive. Okay, let's see. Connor was really competitive on the trial run yesterday. He didn't like it at all that I beat him. We need another game. We need another game. Come on, let's go again. It was really fun to see. It was. I'm glad there was no money being betted on that. But anyway, okay, we've got a bunch of people coming in. Let's give them a couple of minutes and then we'll get going. A whole bunch of you coming in. Come on, play the game. Come and get involved in this quiz. Let's see who knows the most. Okay, we've got prizes of virtual certificates to give away for the winners. And can you beat the panelists? Are you better than the panelists? Okay, are you better than the panelists? Okay, let's see.
By the way, the score is not on the right answer. You have to get the right answer and you have to be quick. So it's not like you can take your time answering it. It has to be quick.
You want to give your competition clues now? Okay, excellent stuff.
Of course.
Keep it that one to yourself. We've got a whole bunch of people coming in here. Okay, and let's get them all in. We give them a couple of minutes before we get started. Looking forward to this. So who thinks they know the most? Out of my panelists here, I think that, how long have you been in the real estate market, AJ, in Dubai?
In Dubai, I've been 6 years.
6 years. Alan?
Going on 4 years now.
4 years. Evelyn? Evelyn's on mute at the moment. Hold on, we'll come back to you in a sec, Evelyn. Connor, you said 4 years as well, yeah? I know, 4 years in real estate.
Yeah, just under 4 years in Dubai. I've only been in real estate in Dubai.
So basically, Anthony's got more experience than anybody else, so he should be the guy that wins this, really, shouldn't he? So no pressure, AJ.
No pressure, yeah, at all. Thanks.
Come on in and join the quiz. We'll get started. I'll be reading out the questions. Okay, they'll be coming up on your other device, and you can get going. Right, it's going to be fun. We've got 107 players in. More of you coming in. We're 108 players. Come on in, guys. You want to come in and join the quiz. Okay, lots of fun. Let's see what you know about the real estate market right now. Let's see, okay, if you are more knowledgeable than our panelists here. Okay, we've got people coming through, all these names, first names. Okay, I can see Jalpa's in there. There's a bunch of people in there. Good stuff coming in. Craig in there, Robert, Zaina, excellent stuff. Okay, are we ready to get started? Are we ready to get started? Let's just give it a few more seconds. Let's get a few more people in before we're ready to go. I'm looking for this. Oh, well, I'm feeling all competitive myself right now. It's like, can the underdog come in and win? Let's see what happens. I've never used this Kahoot before. Have you used it before, Connor?
No, the first time we used it was yesterday, funny enough.
Yeah, I'm not used
it. Definitely use it again.
It's good. Alan, you used it before?
No, this is all new to me.
Evelyn, have you used this before?
I think Alan and I tried it yesterday for the first time, so that was quite funny.
Okay, good. Let's give 2 more minutes, okay, and we'll get going. It's quite interesting. Anthony, is it your first time as well, you said?
I heard about it yesterday.
I'd never heard about it. I didn't know it was. It was interesting stuff. I want to get people engaged. I want to give people the opportunity to get stuck in and see if they can win. Oh, I've got the names coming through here. The names keep going up. Okay. Sahar, Noor, when are we going to be ready to get started? Is it ready to go just yet? How much more time do we need before we get started? Oh, it's ready to go. They're about to press the start button. Get ready, guys. Okay, here we go. Questions. Okay, I'll read them out. Question number 1 coming up. Multi-select. Are you ready? Okay. Are you ready? You got to press the button. Okay, we're going to count down. I was born ready. That's Connor all day long, isn't it? I was born ready.
I was born ready.
No pressure. Okay, let's get going. Yeah, most people. Let's get going. Green's at the top. Right, let's go. True or false? Agents can use Bayut Pro on desktop and on mobile. True or false? Okay. Agents can use Bayut Pro on desktop and mobile. True or false? Ooh. Remember, speed is of the essence.
What? Which color is it? So, yeah, okay.
Next question. Imad's at the top of the leaderboard so far. Next question, number 3 of 11. Okay, let's go for the next question. Choose one or more. Which of these pictures will end in rejection of your true check request? Which of these pictures will end in the rejection of your true check request? Oh, what is it? Is it red? Is it blue? Is it green? Is it yellow? What is it? Which of these pictures will end in the rejection of your true check request? Okay. Time's up. No one said it was going to be easy. Craggs has gone to the top of the leaderboard.
In 10th place.
Where are you? Which of these processes is not a part of the true check process? Which of these processes is not a part of the true check process? sending the correct documentation to Bayut, visiting the property, taking a photograph from a distance of 1 kilometer. Agents can only true check checked properties. Which of these is not part of the true check process? Okay, correct answer. Obviously, taking a photograph from 1 kilometer away. Woo! All right, good stuff.
There he is, 4th place. Come on.
Connor's moving up the leaderboard. It's getting intense. Mike's there. Bassam, most in. Right, number 5. Get ready. Come on, guys. Get the answers correct. Smart Leads gives you an idea. Okay, Smart Leads gives you an idea about the personal details of the lead. True or false? Okay, true or false?
Slow and steady wins the race.
Slow and steady wins the race. Oh dear. Good question. That's it. On to the next one. Excellent stuff. Right. Craigs is still, oh no, yeah, Craigs is still winning. Martina's up there, Bassam's up there, Connor's still in 4th. Okay, got to get faster. Craigs is smashing it. Look at the scores. Same as the highest climber, up 107 places. Wow, excellent stuff. Right, next question. Which is the most popular area in Dubai for buying villas Q1 2020? Palm Jumeirah, Jumeirah, The Villa, Arabian Ranches. So which is the most popular area in Dubai for buying villas in Q1 2020? Palm Jumeirah, Jumeirah, Arabian Ranches, or the Villa Project? And the answer was the Villa Project. Okay, Q1 2020. Interesting figures. Interesting. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, let's see what the scores are. Craigs is still up there, but not as much. Rizvi's moved up the leaderboard. Connor's dropped down a place. Oh, Connor, come on, man. McLovin is up 81 places, highest climber. What a jump. Here we go. Question number 7. Get ready, folks. Points 2. Bayut is part of which parent company? Bayut is part of which parent company? Emerging Markets Property Group, Emerging Property Management Group, Emerging Property Market Group, okay, Emerging Markets Planning Group. Which parent company? Okay, which one? Which one is it? It's 2 points for this one. It's a challenging one. So it's a Bayut. Oi! Okay, hopefully we'll get that right. Excellent stuff. Next question. Okay, well, hold a minute. Let's go. Craigs is crack. Oh, Mohsin's closing down on that. Fast is up there. Rizvi's up. Okay, good. And Robert. Oh, Connor's fallen off the top 5. That'll hurt. How else are we getting on? Next question. How many standardized floor plans does Bayut have? Okay, how many standardized floor plans does Bayut have? Over 40,000 or up to 40,000? Over, is it red or is it blue? Is it red or is it blue? What do we reckon? Okay, how many standardized floor plans? Is it the same color as Evelyn's dress or is it blue? Okay, what is the answer? It's red. Excellent stuff. Okay, let's have a look what's happening here. Oh, Craigs is out there. Vitali's up into the leaderboard as well. Fast, Robert, excellent stuff. Good scores so far. Guys are doing really well. Come on, Connor. Come on, AJ. Alan, you're getting left behind. Evelyn, where are you?
I've lost the first 4 questions, so you wouldn't let me tap on it. And then I'm not trying to justify myself, it's the truth.
There were over 10,000 transactions recorded by DLD in Q1 2020. True or false? There were over 10,000 transactions, okay, recorded by DLD in 2020. True or false? Okay, over 10,000 transactions. Is it true or is it false? True. Okay, 10,000. Didn't know that. Okay. Always on fire, Craigs. Look at that. It's man. Craigs is a general knowledge quiz master for sure. He must do this in his spare time every evening, looking at books. Okay. What an answer streak. 3 at the top. Okay, question number 10 of 11. Okay, question number 10. Which flower has inspired the design of the Burj Khalifa? Was it the water lily, the tiger lily, or the royal lily? Was it the water lily, the royal lily, or the tiger lily? What was that, do you reckon? Okay, was it the water lily, the royal lily, or the tiger lily? What do you think it is? Okay, which flower has inspired the design of the Burj Khalifa? What do you think it is? Okay, and indeed it was the Tiger Lily. Hopefully you all got that right. Let's have a look and see the score. Oh, Craigs didn't get that one right. Clearly people have closed up on him. Alessia's up there now. Okay, so we've got some ladies fighting for the leaderboard too. Okay, and one more question I think we've got. Yeah, let's go for the last question. Number 11. Which of these Arabic terms applies to off-plan properties documents in Dubai? Tathiq, Ijari.
I know that. That's my specialty.
Okay, how are we getting on? Is it Tathiq? Is it Ijari? Is it Ugut? Okay, what is it? Okay, what is it? Okay, do you know the answer? Okie dokie. Let's have a look and see how the scores have panned out. The answer is obviously Ugut. Okay, let's see what we've got. Okay, with the scores. So hopefully, okay, let's have a go. What's the podium? Alessia in 3rd place. Great score by Alessia. 2nd place, Mohsin Ayoub. Excellent stuff. And the winner, okay, leading a long, long way, okay, is Craigs. I don't know who Craigs is, but congratulations, Craigs. Excellent score. Okay, 4th place was Kevin and 5th place was Robert. Great scores. Okay, excellent stuff. We have a gift to be giving you guys. If you've competed in it, then make sure you send a screenshot across to Noor, okay, and so she can validate everything for you. Hope you've enjoyed being on the webinar today and you've been able to share your knowledge, your expertise, and your experience with many of the people that are out there watching this. It's great to get you guys on and share that value. Have you enjoyed yourself?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, enjoyed it. Got some excellent stuff. Well, just as we come to finish here, I'd just like to kind of address all of you agents that are out there at the moment that may have been going through some concerns, some challenges, some worries. Look, remember, it's always going to be the same. The people that think they can generally will, and the people that think they can't generally won't. So where your mindset is right now is really important. How you apply yourself to the business now is really important. We know that real estate around the world outside of the UAE is relatively expensive compared to the UAE. There are opportunities here, and as the panelists today have said, there are opportunities for a number of reasons. What you have to do is lean into these opportunities and start to accelerate into the market rather than to get left behind. Maybe you should be following people on social media that can help add motivation and inspiration to you. Maybe you can follow other agents that are doing well and look at their tips, tricks, and ideas that they've got. But the more you lean into this, the more you focus on being a better agent, the more you focus on learning new skills, the more you focus on staying positive, motivated, energized, and focused, the more you do that, the more benefit you're going to get out of it. Because look, anyone that's successful in any business, in any industry around the world, anyone, okay, knows how to apply themselves. They know that there's hard work required. They know that they're determined, and they're constantly trying to find ways to be better and better. So if you want to have success in the real estate industry, which I know you all do, you need to take the right steps. And the panelists that we've had here today with AJ, with Connor, with Evelyn, and with Alan, with having these guys here today, look, they're living it. They're doing the job that you do, whether that be off-plan, secondary market, luxury properties, okay, for big agencies and smaller agencies. They're out there doing that job. And if they've got a positive mindset and they can see the opportunity and they're getting rewards from that effort they put in, you can too. You just need to make the decision to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the session this afternoon. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Okay, for those,
thank you for having us.
on, okay, make sure that you're out there. Guys, please take time, okay, to go follow these guys on social media. They've got great accounts. They're sharing some valuable information. And by all means, okay, send them a direct message. Say hi, introduce yourself. I'm sure that they'd only be too glad to happy to answer any questions that you might have. You would be, guys, yeah? Good, excellent stuff. Thank you very much this afternoon for coming to the Bayut session number 4. Okay, look out for the next episode that we've got coming up next Tuesday, same time, same place. I'll be here with some more guests, okay, and some more fun to have with you around quizzes and intelligence and market knowledge and ideas and inspiration so that you can go from where you are to where you want to be the most direct way. We'll see you all, folks. Have a great afternoon. Guys, panelists, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
See ya.